Okay, so we're gonna do 7.2 calculus of parametric curves. So we have parametric equation, which is x over t, which is 2t plus 3 y over t, which is 3t minus 4. T is between -2 to 3. Now, we want to use eliminating. Okay, so we do eliminating the t, parametric parameter t, then let x equal to 2t plus 3. Then we want to solve for t. So t will be x minus 3 over 2, right? Okay, now, let's say that y over t, which is, we have 3t minus 4, and t in that case, x minus 3 over 2. Different color. X minus 3 over 2. X is not nice, so let me make nicer x. Okay, now equal to 3 x minus 3 over 2, right? Minus 4. Okay, so we simplify. So we have 3x over 2 minus 9 over 2 minus 4. So we get 3 over 2x minus 17 over 2. So this is y, right? Okay, then we know that this is a slope. This is a slope, right? So in algebra course, we denote the slope as n, and calculus we denote as dy over dx, right? Okay, in here we are using parameter, right? So we have a slope, then dy over dx. In that case, it's a 3 over 2, or you cannot say 3 over 2. So that will be, this 3 over 2 we got, which is dy over dt over dx over dt, right? So let's check it out. So we are using y. So dy over dt, what do you get? It's a 3, right? So means that we do derivative with respect to t, so we got 3, right? How about dx over dt? We're looking at this. So dx over dt, we're looking at the x equation. What's the derivative with respect to t? Then we get 2, right? So that is a 3 over 2, right? Same color. So that is the one. Oops. Fancy. Okay. Just leave later. All right. Okay, so we can have a definition. Theorem. 7.1. Derivative of parametric equations. So we have a dy over dx, which is dy over dt over dx over dt, which is y prime of t over x prime of t. All right. Okay, so let us do this exercise example. So calculate. We have dy over dx for each of the following parametrically defined curves. Okay, so we have x over t equal to t squared minus 3 y over t, which is 2t minus 1. T is between -3 and 4. All right, so let us do a quick one. X prime over t, what do we get? We get 2t, y prime over t, which is 2. Okay, so we have a dy over dx slope. So y prime over t over x prime over t, which is 2 over 2t. So we can simplify. So we have 1 over t. And then we cannot say, we should not say that t is equal to 0, right? T cannot be equal to 0 since undefined, right? Okay, second part. We have x over t, which is 2t plus 1, y over t, which is t cubed minus 3t plus 4. T is between -2 to 5. So x prime over t, which is 2, right? And y prime over t, we get 3t squared minus 3, right? Okay, so what is the slope? Dx over dt, which is y prime over t over x prime over t, which is 3t squared minus 3 over 2. That's it. Okay, the third one. We have a parametric equation, which is 5 cosine t, and y over t, which is 5 sine t. Okay, t is between 0 to 2 pi, x prime over t, which is -5 sine t, y prime over t, which is 5 cosine t. Okay, so slope will be y prime over t over x prime over t, which is 5 cosine t over -5 sine t. Simplify, we get cosine t over negative sine t. All right, that's a general slope, right? And then we want to find out a specific point. We plug in, substitute, right? And then we can find the slope. All right, how about this? Find the tangent line to the curve defined by x over t, which is t squared minus 3, y over t, which is 2t minus 1. And t is between -3 and 4. And when t is equal to 2, so specific point we want to find the slope when t equal to 2, right? Tangent line, how do we express? We want to find tangent line. So equation of a tangent line, right? So equation of a tangent line. Okay, so that is y equal to mx plus b form we want to find, right? Okay, now x prime over t, then we need to find the slope first, right? Okay, so x prime over t, which is 2t, y prime over t, which is 2, slope, which is y prime over t over x prime over t. That is 2 over 2t, which is 1 over t. Then we want to know about the slope when x, not x, when t equal to 2. T equal to 2. So dy over dx, t equal to 2. So 1 over 2, which is 1 over 2. 1 over t, which is 1 over 2, right? So when t equal to 2, so slope is 1/2. All right, now we have to know, right? So when the point slope form, so we have a point slope form from algebra course. So we have y minus y sub 1, slope x minus x sub 1. Okay, we have a slope. How about order pair x sub 1, y sub 1, right? So we have, let me write down. We have this. Copy. Okay, so when t equal to 2, so x over 2, which is 2 squared minus 3, which is 1. Y over 2, which is 2 times 2 minus 1, which is 3, right? So we are using order pair like 1, 2 as x and y, right? Okay. We are using y minus 2 equal to slope, which is 1/2, and x minus 1, right? So wait a minute. That is 1, right? Wait a minute. 3. I made a mistake there. 1 and 3. 1 and 3. 1 and 3, right? Okay, so there will be 1/2 x minus 1/2 plus 3, right? Okay, so there will be y equal to 1/2 x. So there will be positive 5 over 2, right? Because this is a 6, right? 6 over 2. Okay, now this is the equation of a tangent line. So let me bring the picture. I have to make words. Okay, so this is the equation of a tangent line. This is the graph of parametric equation. All right. Okay. Now, with the second order derivatives, second order derivatives. So we denote it this way, right? So d squared of y over dx squared. This means we have dy over dx, first derivative, right? And then we want to derivative with respect to x again, right? Okay, now, then we had earlier dx over dy and no, dy over dx for the slope, right? Then we had dx over dy over dx, we had dy over dt over dx over dt, right? And then d over dx again. But in that case, look, we make derivative with respect to t. We made derivative with respect to t, right? So instead of d over dx, we are using d over dt. Yeah. Okay. So let me make dx dy. Oh, why I can dx dy y dy over dx. Dy over dx is dy over dt over dx over dt, right? So we had y prime over t over x prime over t, right? Okay, now let us do that. Calculate the second derivative is square y over dx squared for the plane curve defined by the parametric equations. Okay, so we have first one, x over t equal to t squared minus 3, y over t equal to 2t minus 1, and t is between -3 to 4. Okay, so previously we did that, but we can just do quickly. So x prime over t, which is 2t, and y prime over t, which is 2, right? Okay, so we have the formula here, right? So there is that. Okay, so that will be d over dt, and then the y over dt, which is the same as, let me denote, so dy, y prime over t over x prime over t, right? X prime over t. So y prime over t, we get 2 over x prime over t, which is 2t. So we get 1 over t, right? Okay, now we want to derivative respect to t, right? Okay, so there will be, oh, hold on 1 second. I made a big mistake. Oh my gosh. I want to cry. Okay, so this is dy over dx. Oh my gosh. I'm very sorry. So dx and dx over dt, that's correct. Okay, now this will be dy over dx. Oh my goodness. Good thing I found out. Oh, why I make a mistake. So sorry, I did not want to confuse you. Okay, so we had that 1 over t earlier, right? And then all over dx over dt, which is 2t, right? Okay, so sorry. So sorry about that. So this is the one. I made a big mistake. Okay, dy over dx. Yeah. All right. So we have 1 over t from the previously and over to t, right? Okay, so there will be, we want to derivative with respect to t, that means, right? I try to rush, that's why. Okay, then look, this one we knew that it's -1 over t squared. This one we knew that over 2, right? -1 over t squared over 2t, right? Okay, so there will be a fraction multiply. So a fraction divided by another fraction. Then we do keep the first fraction and multiply and reciprocal of a second fraction, 1 over 2t, right? Okay, so we get negative 1 over 2t to the third power. Okay, all right. So last one. The last one, we have x over t equal to 2t plus 1 y over t, which is t cubed minus 3t plus 4. T is between negative 2 to 5. Okay, x prime over t, which is 2, y prime over t, which is 3t squared minus 3. All right, so we want to find the slope y prime over t over x prime over t, which is 3t squared minus 3 over 2. Okay, now we want to find the second derivative. So that is dy over dx, yeah, over dx over dt, right? Okay. So there will be, we have a 3t squared minus 3 over 2. That is the slope, dy over dx, or over dx over dt. So x prime over t, which is 2, right? And then we want to derivative with respect to t. Okay. This one, 3 over 2. And then t. Okay. And then constant is, we don't count, right? So that's it? Yes? All right. So it's a 3t over 2. Okay, so thank you for watching. Have a nice evening. Bye.